I made a video talking about the future of tech and saying that there's a place for these e-ink tablets, and there's a place for something like the Rabbit R1. There's a place for apps which are really fun to use, and there's a place for this, I think, which is trying to get rid of apps entirely and say you don't need apps anymore. And the Rabbit R1, I just wanted to bring you a little bit more detail there, because I've since sort of found some more details about it. Really, it's interesting, the design of it. It's designed, the way it looks is designed by a company called Teenage Engineering, and they're the kind of go-to people when you want to make a product really stand out. They've made the design for the Nothing phone recently, and they go for these kind of like childlike retro designs. They've made this obviously really bright, so it's capturing people's attention just by it being this kind of big, bright orange thing with these huge buttons and very little in the way of user input in terms of the buttons. A few little custom hardware features it has is you've got that press to talk button on the side. You also got a shake to open the touchscreen keyboard and type commands. So if you shake it, then a keyboard will appear on the side. You've also got the scroll wheel to navigate things, and this single camera, which is not going to be a very high quality camera. The camera is not really for taking your snaps that you're going to keep, although you can take photos on it, I'm sure, but it's for it being able to see and look at the environment and give you information based on what it can see there. The scroll wheel can navigate through these cards that are going to appear on this screen, and that will also let you interact with the large action model. You'll be able to double click it to activate that rabbit eye, and it's motorized, so it will come forward and backwards as well. It's behind glass, you don't rotate it yourself. The things I wanted to talk about, the large action model, they've talked about what is it good for at this point. What is it working really well for? It's working really well in English and is planned, and it's improving in these different languages as well. It works really well for these functions, so search, music, rideshare, food, vision, I'm not sure what it means by that, generative AI and translation. So it should work really well for you to be able to say, like, order me this pizza or find me and book me a table at this place. What is it improving on is exploratory. They say it's not quite the best experience, but it's being worked. You might have to work with it a bit and let it learn your kind of expectations for things like travel, AI enhanced communication. So I guess that's like writing your emails for you or writing your text back and things like that, and note taking. So, that's a big use for, I know you guys in the audience are very interested in that type of thing. Was it planned for point of interest research, reservations and ticketing, things like that? So things where you have to, I said reservations earlier on in food, didn't I? So it seems to be good for ordering the pizza, but not good for getting you a table. And these might be more things that are still handled with less automation at this point. Reservations, most restaurants still are mainly picking up the phone and booking tables that way. Tickets, again, these are things that there might be many different places that people are coming to the box office, to many different sort of services that are accessing the same seats. So it's just a little bit less easy for it to manage. Navigation, I'm a bit surprised to see there. You'd have thought possibly it'd be able to manage inputting into Google Maps, etc. a little bit easier. And mobile and desktop teach mode. So this is still in the planned column. The idea is that you'd have your computer and you would then log into your teach mode of the Rabbit R1, and you would show it how to do the thing on the desktop, show it how to interact with your app on the desktop, and then it would learn how to do those things, and you'd be able to say, execute this task that I've taught you. And then experimental, the web teach mode, so being able to teach on a browser, being able to actually access that teach mode here in the browser as well.